it's Nikki with Open Up Pittsburgh. Today our flow is all based on poses that are named after animals. Our first pose is butterfly. Find a seat on your bum and you'll place the bottoms of your feet together. Go ahead and look down at the shape that you've created and decide if you would like to make your diamond wide, where your feet are further away from your body, or if it feels better to bring them in closer, a more narrow, squished diamond. So find your position with your feet and then really root down through your sit bones. So you're nice and sturdy, you've created a good foundation. You can grab at your ankles or maybe your feet. Perhaps you want to keep your hands in prayer position. Think about keeping your chest open and reaching the top of your head up towards the ceiling so that you're elongating your spine. Let's take a couple of breaths here together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale. One more breath in butterfly. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Next, we'll cross one ankle over the other, roll over our knees, and come to sit right on our heels. This pose is called rabbit pose. So find the crown of your head, the very top center. We're going to place that part down on the mat as close as we can in front of our knees. Then, we'll reach around and see if we can grab our ankles or the bottoms of our feet. From here, we'll slowly begin to lift our hips up to the sky as we continue reaching for our heels. The more you lift, the more of a stretch you'll feel in your upper back. Rabbit pose. Even though we're in this very rounded position, it's still important that we breathe as deeply as possible. Let's take a breath in through our nose together. And exhale, side out. In through your nose. Exhale, side out. One more, in through your nose. Can you lift your hips a little higher? Exhale, side out. Go ahead and let your hips come back to your heels. Next, place the palms of your hands down on the mat and come into tabletop position. Elongate your spine by keeping your gaze just a few inches in front of your fingertips. So if you imagine you're a long line from the tip of your tailbone all the way out to the crown of your head. Use your abdominals to pull in and keep yourself nice and straight. From here, we'll be doing some cows and cats. Two more animals that we do pretty regularly in yoga. So on an inhale, you'll drop your belly, lift your gaze up towards the sky. And on an exhale, you'll round your spine and press into the mat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Move up. Exhale for cat. Gaze come back to neutral. The next pose is downward facing dog, one that you're probably very familiar with if you practice some yoga. We'll tuck our toes under and then begin to lift our knees off the mat as our hips go towards the sky and we straighten our legs, pressing our heels towards the mat. Your heels may never reach the mat, mine don't, but it's a good goal to have and it's a great energy to focus on. You should feel a nice stretch through the backs of your legs. Try to spread your fingers nice and wide as you press the palms of your hands into the earth. Think about hollowing out your armpits as you press your arms down and lift your hips closer to the sky. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful down dogs, everyone. The last pose we'll do is pigeon pose. First, we'll do it on the right side, and then we'll transition to the left side. So take your right leg, reach it back behind you, three-legged dog, and then pull your knee in towards your chest. Right knee will come towards right wrist. And you'll set your knee down on the mat. Your back leg will lengthen behind you and you'll untuck your toe. Think about rotating your hips so that they're square towards the front of the mat. On an inhale, lift your chest. And on an exhale, if you'd like to come down, you can. So perhaps you start to bring your chest a little closer to the ground. Maybe you come down onto your elbows, or you rest your head on a block or the ground. You can create a pillow to give yourself a little cushion. So whatever feels accessible for you and your body right now. If you have a blanket or a pillow, you can either place it in front of you for some added support. Another thing I like to do is if my hip's feeling a little distant from the ground, you can always roll up a blanket and place it under your hip, just to bring the ground a little bit closer. So no matter where you are in your pigeon pose today, it's okay. We're all doing our best, and we'll all just focus on breathing through it. So we'll take 3 breaths here together. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale through your nose, and exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose, and let it out. Beautiful. So you may want to roll onto the hip that has the bent knee to gather yourself. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. I'm going to start in tabletop, tuck my toes under, start to lift my knees up along with my hips, and then press my heels towards the mat. Now raise your right leg, left leg, three-legged dog, and then bring your left knee close to your left wrist. and then think about where you want to take it. As you can see, I've got some space under my left hip, so I could really use an extra support here. It would be a good idea for me to just roll a blanket and place it there so that I'm able to sink into the earth without having to hold myself up. If you'd like to try to come down a little further onto your elbows or all the way down, feel free to try it. Just make sure you don't do anything that's too painful in your body. So listen to your body. That's a very important thing about all yoga, but especially Pigeon. Let's take 3 breaths together here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. See if you can release your shoulders down, away from your ears. They're tensing up. Last one together. Inhale. And exhale. You can come down onto the hip of the bent knee and just bring your opposite leg around. Thank you for joining me for yoga poses, all inspired by animals. I hope you feel a bit more loose after that.